guys. So, you know it's really bad when Amazon delivery people tell you to bring your shit into the house. You're just leaving it outside.
They wrote it on there?
Yeah, let me show you. Give me a second. So, here it is. It says, pick up your mails, please.
Okay.
So,
who's delivering it though? Amazon, is this like a UPS thing? Oh, so it's them saying pick up your mail from the front door.
I guess, because we've been letting it sit outside for a moment. So these are like bed frames. Let's put it over here because, you know, I'm prepping one room upstairs for Tiger, which is already done, but the room downstairs, I'd like to get it prepped for my sister AT or whoever's gonna stay in that room, because since she's working on our project, she's gonna be here for a good couple of months, I suppose, because if we're working on the house project, then they're gonna stay here because they're way too far. But anyways, beds, lights, getting my life and my everything back together. So since we're doing that, I got myself some working shoes.
Some loafers?
No,
are they
these
wide?
Are, hiking shoes.
They're loafers. I mean,
Yeah, and
nice.
they're men's shoes, so they're a little bit big. So now I'm kind of sad. Do you want to try, Brian?
What size is it? Looks
but
small.
it looks pretty comfortable. It's a size 5.
No, it's not gonna fit.
No, I'm sorry. It's a size 6.5.
Yeah,
Try.
it's not gonna. Babe,
Just
it's not
try.
gonna fit. Right
It's
here.
men's shoes.
I know, but men's shoes are different size. Look, it's already
Okay,
there.
so maybe do you like it?
I don't care for it.
I know you don't care for it, but I'm saying
Okay.
if that's the case, do you want a pair that matches with me? Ooh, they feel very good.
I don't want to wear shoes.
You know what
in
they're
the house.
called? Called
What?
a cloud. Okay, see, husband's going away.
Let's go upstairs.
But did I say size 5.5? Maybe I should exchange it. No, it was size 6.5. So I should get a size 5?
Well, for women, you're supposed to go smaller.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna enjoy this bottle of champagne from Sherwin. This is called Serene by Adriana, something like that. Champagne Brut. Looks pretty though. This is actually from Sherwin and his wife Jenny. So they know I like my alcohol. All right, cheers. Pour it up.
Cheers to 1 cup.
Yes, we're sharing because every time I pour a cup for you, you just leave it there. And guess who has to do the dishes? Me. Oh my God. What kind of pouring is that? Rude.
It's freaking champagne. It bubbles sells out so quick. There you go.
Okay,
What are you?
you go first. You won a contract today. Congrats.
My mouth is tainted with food.
Oh my gosh.
I'll have you drink it first. What is this?
It's champagne.
Serene? Yeah, but what? Product of France. What is it?
Honestly, I'm just
Dry?
not a champagne snob or a wine snob. I wouldn't know, but why don't you? Why
Tastes
don't
like Prosecco or something?
It just tastes like champagne. Champagne is champagne to me. What do you think? Maybe I don't have an acquired taste for a fancy.
Better than Prosecco. For
Yeah?
sure.
Well, Brian's better than me for sure in taste. Hey, don't pour it like that again. Oh my God.
Champagne Brut.
So,
Yeah, it's nice.
we're gonna have this, some popcorn, and watch Tropical Thunder. And then maybe some pistachios. Scooper loves this stuff. So, we are going to,
Lump here.
try to...
Cup's not stable. You think it heated or what?
Well, yeah, because you threw all my cups. So rude. Okay, let's go. Also, we bought this because, you know, usually it's a good flavor when they have a whole, like, 24 pack, right? Usually they have, like, a combo of, like, cranberry and strawberry or whatever, and lemon. But this one, I saw at Costco, they have, like, the whole same flavor. So you want to try it to see if you like it better than Topo Chico? It's sparkling water with fresh fruits. That's what their company stands for. Real fruit.
It's okay.
Tastes better. I
had it
honestly
before.
kind of like, I mean, I taste the real fruit, but for some reason I like the Topo Chico better because it's more sparkles. But
the Chico
it'll do. This is not cheap. This is definitely not cheap.
Cheaper than Topo Chico? Or?
I think Topo Chico is cheaper.
Topo Chico is like $1 or something each.
Yeah, and I'm thinking this is more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No more.
Okay. Spindrift. Hey.
Push it. You gotta lift the thing up.
Okay.
That's always been an issue. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so this guy has been trying to save this couch because I have been trying to get rid of them. And I'm just kind of slowly doing it. Just like whenever it gets too crazy, I'm going to be like, look, we need new ones. And so...
These couches are just fine. Look
yeah,
at it.
he's like...
Convenient.
He's trying to keep it. Trying to convince me to
Relax.
keep it.
And...
like movie theater status.
oh, yeah.
Private movie theater. At home. And you got cup holders too, so... where's the champagne?
Right here. Next thing. I'll get it.
So this morning I saw Brian sitting over there laughing up a storm because he saw a trailer somehow on the internet about an old movie called Tropic Thunder. And
It was with Tom Cruise.
with Tom Cruise.
He was probably one of the better actors in this movie.
Yes. It's was it like up to your standards? Did you enjoy it, or are you
It's
kind of
okay.
slightly disappointed?
Not disappointed, but
Was the
it's okay.
was the trailer more exciting?
No.
You think that
Still
the
haven't
movie
watched it.
really
No, I've
justified
been
the
meaning
trailer?
to watch it for years. I just haven't watched it.
You've never watched it?
No, I haven't. I've been meaning to watch it for years. It's like
Oh, okay. It's one of those things
like
that you
a
put in the
12-year-old
back
film.
burner, and
Yeah.
then so would you consider
Been
it
a
something that
decade.
everyone should watch?
pretty funny.
Yeah. Funny like Zoolander, or funny like
Mm.
Austin Powers,
It's the same level as Zoolander.
but not Austin Powers.
It's like maybe Zoolander or a little lower than Zoolander. I think Zoolander is more classic.
Yeah. So when I
Austin
first met
Powers.
Brian, I
Okay.
was very classy, and then he was like, "Have you watched
Austin
Austin
Powers.
Powers?" And I said no, and he was like, he literally made me watch all 3 versions of Austin Powers, and like legit, like like you have to do it. Like he had to stop everything to make me watch it. So for those of you guys out there who are interested in funny movies, that's the only thing that he watches is funny movies.
That's love.
None of that chick flick, none of that romance. Maybe a little action, maybe a little confusion like Inception, but not like historic or like stuff like that. Like that's the stuff that I watch. I watch a little bit more like history or like a little bit of crime, suspense, stuff like that. But he's very more like goofy movies. So Austin Powers is one of them, and Tropical Thunder. It's kind of like one of those things where you just have fun.
I liked what's that new one? Coming to America too. That was
So
funny.
Coming to America, the first
Well,
one was better. We expected better from the
Yeah.
second one, but we appreciate the second one. It wasn't as great, but we do appreciate it because after what,
No, I thought it
28
was
years?
funny. I liked it. I actually the first half and then the second half of Coming to America.
Yeah, I think that the first
half,
movie was absolutely like
especially with what's
classic,
the best
yeah.
actor there was
Wesley
what's it-
Snipes.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes.
He's like, teach you some respect.
Wesley Snipes was good in that one.
Anyway, so I mean, the second one, I think generally, if you watch the first one, you will appreciate the second one because you appreciate all the actors and actresses that have
And the
been in the first
references,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, and they really tried to bring it to life for the second one. And I mean, it was just something to entertain us and continue the Coming to America. But definitely, I wouldn't say it's better than the first.
Yeah, because first is a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these are movies that we've been watching on Netflix, and I think Brian has been trying to like watch with me, even though he's super busy, so he can tame his wife because I am a stallion and I need some attention, and so yeah.
Uh-oh. Music.
And we'll let you know if we know any movies that are interesting. Brian's favorite movie of all times is The Family Man, even though he's the complete opposite. He does take care of Scooper, but sometimes I feel like he is too focused on the future and not in the present, and so he misses out on the present, which is something we got to figure out. But we do appreciate him. Hopefully Scooper as well. And I've come to appreciate him as well, because with talking to a lot of my peers and such, I feel like people come to me and say like, oh, my husband's never changed a diaper. And I'm like, that would never, ever pass with me.
Okay.
Yeah, or like they, try to avoid baby. Well, the thing is that me and Brian has a different kind of agreement. He wants baby. He has to take care of baby. And I kind of pop in here and there as whenever I want to. But it doesn't mean that he is not hands off. So he has to be hands on. So I guess I kind of appreciate him.
Well, I'm not as bad as others.
Anywho, what are you watching now?
Music video, get back to work.
Yeah, so he has been zombie-like for the past 3 days. He hasn't slept, and I haven't slept either because, like I said, I kind of feel like a little bit of disconnect with Brian being working so much. And so I lay in bed from 9 p.m. to like 5 a.m. That's when he really sleeps or something like that. And then my mind is just not at peace. So we're both kind of like zombies in a sense. But we do try to sleep here and there. And I feel bad for Scooper because we're both exhausted when he wakes up. Because right now he's been sleeping since 9 p.m. till like now it's almost 12. And so we try to sleep, but it's hard for both of us to sleep. And Brian's got so much on his hands. He's got like contracts that he wants to handle. And we have the Merrimack building process. And yeah, so it's a lot to do. So I'm just going to sit here for a moment, finish up my champagne that Sherwin got us, Sherwin and Jenny. And I think this is last of it.
Yep.
I'm surprised that Brian drank a lot of it. And I feel like he drank it because he wants to appreciate it from his friend, his longtime friend, Sherwin. So
I just want to hang out with my wife.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I haven't hung out for a while.
Anywho, good night, guys. I'm gonna continue watching some movies, and we have any like suggestions for movies, we'll let you know. But yeah, I don't have a favorite movie. I think when I was younger it was the Santa Claus, because I always felt like it was so magical in a sense that I wanted to be part of that world, but not anymore because I grew up and maybe I felt like, okay, the thing with the Santa Claus is like, yeah, it's nice that you have this guy giving you gifts, but like as a mom now, I feel like because everyone always teaches you to tell your kids to never talk to strangers or don't go to old people because it's kind of like a pedophile. So it's very strange for me to teach my kids or my kids to go to this old man, the Santa Claus, and sit on his lap, which is the complete opposite of what everyone's trying to tell you. Don't talk to strangers. And then ask him for things. And if you think about it, in my history of like trauma that we went through, you don't want to go to some old man and ask him for things and ask him for gifts, because that's how they lure you in for sexual things that they try to do to you, like molestation or whatever. So I think that's the reason why I kind of like pulled back on the whole Santa Claus deal, because I just don't really, I know it's a folk thing and it's like a cultural thing, but at the same time it's kind of a double standard when you tell your kids don't talk to strangers, and then you tell only for Christmas time, let's go sit on that stranger's lap and ask him for things. So that's very like, it's definitely a Coca-Cola thing. They made it up, like the whole Santa Claus thing, just to get their branding or whatever. But a lot of people believe in it. Like, they love it. And like, I would like, for example, I'd be like kind of snarky with my sister, because she's like putting in her house, like, oh, we went to go see Santa Claus. And then she was like, oh, we have the elves messing up our house. And, they're doing like tricky things in our house, these little elves. And I'm like, well, if Olivia sat on Santa's lap, how come she hasn't sat on Jesus' lap, I mean, he gave his life to her, and she's like, hands down Christian. And if he gave his life to the whole world and he was such a magical person, and the whole purpose of us to celebrate Christmas is Christmas, so why you go and sit on Santa's lap, but you haven't sat on Jesus' lap? You know?
You put just logic out of nothing.
Yeah, so she was like, I'm just gonna ignore you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna ignore you now. So I was like, okay, fine. But, you know, for me, it's like, at that point in time, I mean, when I honestly stopped believing in Santa Claus is when I never understood the concept of some old man giving me presents and not my parents. But you appreciate this old man more, which is kind of a psychological weird reason why anyone would appreciate someone out of your family more than your own parents. But I sat down in the fireplace one night and I was a good all year. Like, I didn't do anything bad. I got great grades and I sat down there. I put cookies and milk and he never came. And I was like, what did I do wrong? I mean, I don't think that I did anything wrong, but he never came and I stopped believing in him. And it was very traumatic for me. And so that was the end of my whole Santa Claus kind of spiel. Yeah. But anywho, I think I'll definitely introduce it to our baby Scooper and let him do whatever he wants. We'll introduce everything. We'll introduce Santa. We'll introduce Jesus. We'll introduce Buddha. We'll introduce everyone. And whatever he feels comfortable. I think it's more of a sense of trying to give them a direction of where to go in life and what he really believes is the purpose and whatever calls out to him. Because I think you can't really believe in one thing and contradict with another. You know what I mean? Like, when I first met Brian, I was hardcore Christian. Like, hardcore, no, we can't do anything. We can't do anything. We must be married first. And then, as we grew our life together, he's a Catholic. Like, his family is just very straight up, like, full-on Catholic. And I remember, like, his mom asking him to not turn Christian for her no matter what, even though he married me. And so in the end, it turned out that he somehow convinced me the contradictory of the whole Christian thing. And I was like, okay, maybe I don't really believe in any God. I just believe that there's a higher being and that person is watching us and making sure that we are okay. And as long as we're living our life the right way, then we're doing the right thing. Like, for example, I used to ask my dad, since he's a pastor, I'd be like, hey, so let's say, for example, you're born in Vietnam and you've never been introduced to God and you've always known Buddha your whole entire life. Like, what would happen to you if you died? Like, unfortunately, you died. And he said, immediately you will go to hell. And I was like, whoa, why would you go to hell? Because you've never been introduced to God. Like, that's not your fault that you haven't learned everything. And that it's like immediately you would go to hell. Or I would ask him, hey, what if like a baby was born and the baby went through complications and they never believed in God? What would happen then? Like, they would go to hell because they never devoted their lives to God. And I was like, that's just not fair because babies are just kind of like brand new. You can't really say you're born in Africa, you're born in Vietnam, you believed in some other God that you would go to hell. Like, you know, it's really difficult to say that Christian people is in like the Middle East or in Asia or in like any other, you know, like that's just really hard to explain. Like Allah, like even America, people say Allah is great, and people in America would be like, you're so, they would get upset, but they don't understand the word Allah is actually just God, you know, and they would just hate on the people who say Allah, you know. It's one of those things. So for us, we're definitely going to introduce him to every single religion out there. We respect everyone and their beliefs. And hopefully when he is comfortable enough to choose his own, then we will respect him and support him. But for us, we are definitely atheists. As long as we live a good life, then we hope that in our next life or the end of our lives or wherever whatever happens to us, then we know that we did the right thing when we were still alive, right? Yeah. Brian is such a great communicator. I know. Anyways, he's busy with work, so I'm just teasing him. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep. Well, not really go to sleep. We're gonna watch some music videos, and then when we crash, we crash. But he's definitely ready to work and get back to business as usual. And catch you guys tomorrow. Today I cleaned up this place like no other. Like, look, I'm so happy that this place is like somewhat together. I know that he's busy, but sometimes it's like, man, how do you live in here? And we had an agreement that I would clean every now and then to help Brian out with baby, but man, that's just so much. So I'm going at my own pace as well. So yeah. All right, guys, good night. 11:37 p.m. March 16th. Just want to let you guys know exact dates, because lately I have been completely not sure of everything, because I vlog and I forget, and I'm like kind of backed up on it. So there are days where I'm like, is that when it happened? And everything's all messed up. So if I posted a vlog and it was canceled because I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to put in an extra clip because it's pretty important, because that's what happened that day. So I'd repost it, and yeah, so try to be patient with me, and we will definitely try to share our lives and whatever we can with you guys when we're comfortable. Good night.
Good night.
Toodaloo, toodaloo, toodaloo. He won a contract today. Yay!
Little one.
More, better than nothing. Good night, guys.
Okay.